Why do I look so scary with half my face with foundation on it and half nothing on it? It's like a Phantom of the Opera moment. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day. Today we're going to be testing out several different ColourPop foundations. So today we are testing the ColourPop No Filter foundation, and I saw several reviews about this foundation and everyone seemed to really like it. So I definitely wanted to test it out for myself. It's a super inexpensive foundation. It's like $12, which now that's like drugstore prices. So I got like really like anxious and nervous to try it. I went to the ColourPop website and saw that it was available, and in my mind I'm like, this is gonna sell out immediately. So I have to jump on it and buy it like right now before everything sells out. So I looked at like all the shades and there are 42 of them, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that there is a very like inclusive shade range. That's amazing. But for someone like me who has trouble matching themselves like in store, like looking at the foundation in person, it was a little bit overwhelming. They have this little thing where you can like put in what foundation color you are in another brand. So I tried to do that with my Estee Lauder, but they didn't have my shade in like the list of ones you could choose. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So in my panic trying to get this foundation before all the shades sold out, I just picked one, put it in my cart, bought some powder and stuff, and that was it. And then after I got my shade, I was like, you know what? I didn't see swatches of this. I didn't see a review of anybody testing out this particular shade. I don't know what this is gonna look like. So I found a review, she was trying it on, and I was like, oh boy, that looks yellow. So I decided that I can't just do this one, because what if it doesn't match? It looks terrible and I want to make sure I give like a full review. So I went back to the ColourPop website and bought 3 more bottles of foundation. So a foundation that was supposed to cost $12, be very inexpensive, I ended up paying $70 for all of my ColourPop foundations. And I'm very sorry that is the longest intro in history. I will definitely put timestamps down below in the description. So let's just go ahead and start testing out all of these foundations. Alrighty, so here is my box of full foundation, and I guess I'm just gonna go color by color. I'll test them out, see which one matches my skin tone best, and then that one will be the one that I use to test out in this video. Also, sorry, it still says unboxing up there. I really gotta fix that. My order also came with 2 little foundation brushes here because it was over like a certain limit or something like that, and I did place 2 separate orders, but they all came in the same box. So these are nice to have. However, I'm not a huge fan of foundation brushes like this, so I'll see if I use these. I also picked up the ColourPop No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder in the shade Fair, and I got the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent. And here are my 4 boxes of ColourPop foundation. So I got Fair 15, Fair 20, Fair 30, and Light 45. Will any of these be a match to my skin tone? I don't know. Here's the packaging for the bottle. I think it's really, really cute. I like the little stars on it. I also like that this is a glass bottle and it does come with a pump that locks. My fingernail polish and this foundation are like very, very similar. This foundation, however, does come with like slightly less than most foundations. This has 0.85 fluid ounces where most standard foundations have 1 fluid ounce. So you can kind of like factor that into the cost just a little bit. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some swatches of all 4 of my foundations here, and then I'll pick one to try on my face. First up here, I have Fair 15, which is a warm foundation with light yellow undertones for very fair skin tones. Next to Fair 15, I have Fair 20, which is a cool foundation with light pink undertones. Next here, I have Fair 30, which is a neutral foundation with pink undertones for fair skin tones. And then finally here, I have Light 45, which is a neutral foundation with yellow undertones for very light skin tones. Alrighty guys, so just looking at the selection right here, I'm definitely thinking these middle 2 are like not my skin tone at all. I really don't know what I was thinking when I bought these. I guess I was still like in panic mode. I would like to point out that I think there's some type of sorcery going on here, because that second one looked so pink on my hand in real life, but on the camera it looks pretty okay. The first one I actually purchased was Light 45 down here, which looking at it now, I think it might be a little bit too dark. So I'm thinking this one up here might be my best option, but if this one doesn't work perfectly, maybe I can blend some of these together, because I think I might have to do something with them now that I own 4 different ColourPop foundations. But I am just really quickly gonna go ahead and pop Fair 15 and Light 45 on my face just to compare them on my skin. So that one is Fair 15 and this one is Light 45. What do they look like if they're blended together? Ooh, that's pretty yellow. Just for curiosity's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and put Fair 20 and Fair 30 on this side to see what I think. Alright, so that's Fair 20 and this is Fair 30. Ooh, I don't know now. Do I like these better? I have gone ahead and primed with the primer that I've been using like every single day. This is the Ofra Cool as a Cucumber Moisturizing Primer. They're cutting down a tree in my neighbor's backyard right now, so I have to like film in between the chainsaw going ring, ring, ring in the background. So sorry if it sounds like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like occurring around me. Alright, so after like mad sciencing some of these together, I think I'm going to mix together Fair 15 and Fair 30 and see how that turns out. I'm going to go ahead and start out with Fair 15 though. That's the one that I thought like after my swatches would match my skin best. It did look just a little bit on the light side, so we'll see how this goes. On this side I'm going to use a sponge, and on this side I'm going to try out a brush. I'll go ahead and start dabbing this on, and then I'll see if I need to mix in any other shades. Please stop sighing. Please stop sighing. Alright, so that's looking a little bit on the pale side. I'm just going to mix in a touch of this Fair 30, but so far it's going on very nicely. It is a pretty decent coverage. I wouldn't say it's like full coverage, but definitely high medium. I think that's actually working out pretty well as far as colors go. I'll do the double chin test here, see how it looks. I would say it's pretty close to my skin tone. It might just be a little bit lighter, but you know, with some bronzing and contouring and that kind of stuff, I think it will work out pretty well. So a little bit of this one. Oh, and then a little bit of this one. It is a bit of a liquidy foundation, but honestly, for it being so liquidy, it really does cover nicely. I am going to go for a little bit of a second coat down here just to get like full coverage. Oh boy, I really got to pluck those eyebrows. That actually looks terrifying. Why do I look so scary with half my face with foundation on it and half nothing on it? It's like a Phantom of the Opera moment. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and try the other side out here with a brush. A little bit of this one, a little bit of that one. Okay, so I'm just using that $1 AOA Studio brush I used the other day because I can't find another foundation brush, but I think it actually did a decent job. Like I said, it's a little bit more flimsy than I would like it to be, but it did what it's supposed to. I still might be just a little bit on the pale side. Alrighty, so here is brush compared to sponge. I don't know if it's just like the brush or just my personal preference. I'm a sponge person, but I think it honestly went on pretty well with the brush, especially like on my cheek area. It looked a little bit more full coverage from the get-go. With the sponge, I did do like 2 layers over here, but I think this looks pretty full coverage with just one. But I am just gonna smooth out a little bit of like brush marks and stuff around my skin with the sponge. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys like a real like close-up of this, how it looks on my skin. Please ignore my eyebrows. They are just like bushy monsters right now. So here we go, zooming on in. Okay guys, so I just want to say very sorry for this super awkward slow-mo close-up. My camera kept turning my face orange every single time I zoomed in, so these were the only few seconds of like regular color I could capture. Also very sorry about my crazy looking lips. Okay, well I guess my camera is just terrible and every time it zooms in it turns me super duper orange. So hopefully from that few little seconds there you guys got a feel of what it looks like very close up on my skin. I am gonna go ahead and try the 2 different powders and see how they work out. Alrighty, oh my goodness. Alrighty, so I'm going to try the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. It isn't like a white powder, it does have a bit of a like tint to it. So I'm just going to use this on a fluffy powder brush and start setting my face. I think I'm going to do this side with the translucent setting powder and the other side I'm going to try with the pressed powder. Alright, so the setting powder is done on this side. I think it might have slightly deepened the foundation shade. If you guys can see, this side looks just like ever so slightly darker than this side over here. So on this side I am going to be trying out the No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. I got mine in the shade Fair. I'm really hoping it doesn't make my face like too much darker on this side. It seems to be a very light powder, so probably won't. So just in the same way I'm going to use this like I did the translucent powder on the other side of my face. Alrighty, now that both sides of my face are nice and powdered, they do feel very similar in texture, both kind of the same softness and stuff. I think this side is just a tiny bit brighter than this side because the powder was a lot lighter. But I'm going to quickly do a little flashback test just with my phone to see how it looks with a camera flash. If I could figure out how to use the camera. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Ow! Oh man, just bit my lip really bad. Now it's bleeding. Okay, well while my lip's bleeding, here is a beautiful picture of me. And I'll put it up on the screen as well so you guys can see it a little bit better, but it does seem like we're getting a bit of flashback from both sides of my face. I'm gonna do another one at a little bit of a further distance because I was pretty close up before. And yep, besides just a messy closet in this picture, I'm seeing a little bit of flashback as well. And of course, this is before like any bronzers or anything else is going to be applied. Alrighty guys, so now all I can see are little flash bubbles in my eyes, but I'm gonna go ahead, do the rest of my makeup, and then I will be right back.
Moments later.
Alrighty guys, I am back. All the rest of my makeup is on. I'm really not sure how long it took to put this on. I think I've listened to like 7 songs on Pandora, if that helps. But here is the foundation with everything else on it. I think I look a little less like ghostly this way, which is nice. So far, I'm liking how everything applied on top of the powder and the foundation. It went on very smoothly. For some reason, this area of my cheek is looking a little bit more gray than regular. I didn't use contour or anything. I just put on some bronzer. But so far, I think everything looks pretty good. I'm really excited about this foundation and the powder. I'm really interested in seeing how it's going to hold up throughout the day. Today, I am moving heavy boxes in the heat. So it should be a very good test to see how well this foundation will wear in more like extreme conditions. There will be sweat. There will be a good amount of sweat. So I will give you guys an update at the end of the day to show you all how the foundation has held up through the lovely summer humidity and heat. But for now, I'm liking it. So I'll see you guys in a few hours to show you all how the foundation has held up.
Much later.
Hi guys, hello. It is the end of the night here. This makeup has been on my face for over 12 hours now. I started applying my makeup today at around 10 o'clock and it is currently 11:30 at night. And for me, I'm up way past my bedtime, so I cannot wait to take this makeup off and crawl on into bed. But first, I wanted to give you guys a very up close and personal look at how this foundation held up throughout the day. Now, if you can see what's going on my face here, well, well, you guys can see me. You know what this looks like. It looks like I've been like rubbing my face around on the ground all day or something. All of my mascara is gone because I picked it off like a weirdo. I have eyeliner down here. I got eyeliner up here. There's stuff going on where it shouldn't be going on. But for the foundation, from far away, it actually doesn't look that bad at all, especially for being on my face for a billion hours. Oh dear. All right, so I'm gonna scoot in close here so you guys can get a good up close and personal look at this makeup. You probably don't want to, but here it is. So you can see it has definitely worn off my chin area and over here around my cheeks. I think that's because like I lean a lot like on my chin and my hands. That's probably also why I have a lot of breakouts in these areas. It has definitely worn off my nose quite a bit, and up here around my mustache area there's also some wearing happening here on my forehead. It has collected in some little areas around my face and that kind of stuff, but like on the large patches of my face, I think it actually still looks pretty decent, especially being on my face for 14 hours in very high humidity and heat. So overall, I think my first go with this foundation went pretty well. I really don't see too much of a difference in like sides with the translucent powder versus the other powder, the No Filter sheer pressed powder. If anything, I would say that the coverage stayed a little bit more full and everything stayed a little bit more in place on this side of my face versus the translucent setting powder side. But it's pretty hard to tell. Overall, I think I liked everything that I tried out today. I think it wore pretty well, stayed on for many hours. I definitely want to dabble with the foundation a little bit more, see how well it wears through multiple uses. But for now, I think I like it. Let me know what you guys think about this foundation down below in the comments. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Have you tried it? Have you not? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. I would absolutely love to read those. And I'm gonna go ahead and get in bed. I think I'm getting a little loopy. Once I hit 26, I'm like, I can't stay up past 10:30 or else I'm just useless. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day or night or whatever time it is wherever you are, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!